The moment that millions and millions of NFL fans have been waiting for finally got here this past weekend. Week 1 of the 2023 NFL regular season. It's here, bitches! And you have many fans that are really happy about the football season being here. And then you have other fans that wish the wait could have lasted a little longer based off how their teams played week 1. But 1 week does not a season make, but at least the NFL is here, by God. So let's take a look back at the week that was week 1 of the 2023 NFL regular season. And it all started on Thursday night with the Lions traveling to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. There was no Travis Kelce for Patrick Mahomes. Kadarius Toney had a rough night. The Lions were able to come into Arrowhead and pull a little bit of an upset, sneak out a 21-20 victory. Kind of an ugly game, but a fun game nonetheless, but a nice statement win for the Lions to kick off the 2023 season. Shifting to the early slate of games on Sunday, Bryce Young had made his first NFL start. He kind of was had 2 interceptions. Bijan Robinson for the Falcons scored his first NFL touchdown. The Falcons win comfortably 24-10. Joe Burrow got paid and then apparently decided he didn't want to play. He was dog shit. The Bengals were dog shit. And they got owned by the skid marks, the Browns, for 1 week at least. You know it's bad when Myles Garrett, early in the first quarter, is simulating goddamn crossovers as he's waiting to come pass rush. It was going to be a long day for Cincy. Browns beat the Bengals 24-3. Anthony Richardson also made his first NFL start, and he looked solid at times. He had 263 yards of total offense, 2 combined touchdowns. Calvin Ridley for the Jaguars made his return to NFL action, had 8 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown. The Jaguars win 31-21, but even though they lost, Colts fans got to be a little bit excited about what the future could look like. Chase McLaughlin hit a 57-yard field goal late in the 4th to help the Bucs get past the Vikings 20-17. Ooh, Vikings, not a great start for a team that had a pretty good season last year. Derek Carr in his Saints debut threw for 305 yards and a touchdown. Saints beat the Titans 16-15. Brock Purdy played Purdy enough, I suppose. Kenny Pickett does not. Run CMC goes all over the Steelers. 49ers smash them in Pittsburgh 30-7. The Commanders won ugly, overcame 3 turnovers with 10 fourth quarter points to come from behind to squeak past Arizona 20-16. C.J. Stroud also made his first start as an NFL quarterback, and it was solid but not spectacular. The Ravens overcame a pretty bad day from Lamar Jackson because the Houston Texans are pretty bad, winning 25-9. Switching to the late Sunday afternoon matchups, so much for Aaron Rodgers being gone, and now the Bears can finally beat the Packers. Oh, Jordan Love, they're going to beat that ass. Man, the Bears went out there laid a total fucking abysmal egg on Sunday. Packers beat that ass going away in the second half, 38-20. Jimmy Garoppolo in his debut for the Raiders had 2 touchdowns to Jacoby Myers, including the game winner late. Raiders squeaked past Broncos 17-16. Jake Elliott hit 4 field goals, including 2 from 50+. The Eagles are able to come back and hold off the Patriots 25-20. Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill combined to go crazy, including the game-winning touchdown with under 2 minutes to go. Dolphins hold off the Chargers in an exciting one, 36-34. Matthew Stafford back in the fold, throws for 334 yards. The Rams get 3 rushing touchdowns, upsetting the Seahawks pretty comfortably, 30-13. All that buzz and all that hype, for Sunday night. It's Cowboys, it's Giants, and yeah, that was bad. Cowboys beat the shit out of them, 40-0. And then you get to Monday night. All that hype, all that talk about the Jets. What are the Jets going to be? It's Aaron Rodgers, oh my God. And the Jets' chances in this game appeared to snap, just like Aaron Rodgers' Achilles. But it was Josh Allen who was ultimately dog shit with 3 interceptions. The Jets found a way behind Zach Wilson. They love you again, Zach. They're gonna have to fake it till they fucking make it. Jets rallied to tie, send it to overtime, win on a return, and beat the Bills on Monday night in a weird way, 22-16. In terms of my players for the week, at quarterback, I got to go Tua Tagovailoa, 28 of 45 for 466 yards and 3 touchdowns. Hell of a start to the season for that young man. Christian McCaffrey went up for 152 rushing yards and a touchdown. Was a big part, obviously, in the 49ers smashing the Steelers. Tyreek Hill had a monster day. 11 catches, 215 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Nice work when you can get it. And then in terms of like defensive units in week 1, I can certainly point to the Cowboys. Yeah, sure, they pitched a shutout, right? But I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns because the Giants' offense is not great. The Cincinnati Bengals offense, in theory, is. But the Browns only allowed 3 points, only 157 yards. They held Joe Burrow to 82 yards passing. I mean, they held the Bengals to 3 points. Nah, I'm going to give them their flowers this week. They deserve it. In terms of bums of the week, several big-name quarterbacks played like bums. Joe Burrow played like a bum. Ryan Tannehill played like a bum. Josh Allen in big spots on Monday night, he played like a bum. Lamar Jackson played like a bum. Justin Fields, I don't give a shit what any Bears fans try to say. He played at times like a bum too. And lots of big-name quarterbacks who had pretty crappy week 1s. But my big bums of the week are offensive coordinators, namely Matt Canada and Luke Getsy. Like, Steelers fans and Bears fans should be fighting it out about which offensive coordinator is the worst in football. These are the top 2 seeds. These are the 1A and the 1A. Like, I want to see Steelers and Bears fans fight about this. Like, get into it. Which offensive coordinator is worse? Because each group has a claim to make. Because these guys absolutely fucking suck. And the fact that they still have Jaws is an absolute abomination and joke. Anyways. In terms of teams that were the biggest winners in week 1, I'll start with the Detroit Lions on Thursday night. That's a big win. I don't give a shit what you want to say, who was or wasn't there for the Chiefs. The Lions went in there and won. Period. It's a big win for them against the defending champs. The Miami Dolphins going on the road and beating another playoff team in the Chargers in the manner that they did, with Tua looking how he did, with Tyreek looking how he did. Dolphins' defense is doo-doo right now, but their offense, with everybody healthy, can click. And that was a big win for them. And then I look at the Colts. You're going to say, well, they lost. Yeah, but when you talk about the rookie quarterbacks that started on Sunday, Anthony Richardson, to me, easily looked the best of the 3. If you're talking about the Colts, they stuck a game to the Jags. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot to be excited about. So it's one game. Yes, you don't want to overreact too much, but, sometimes it's okay when you lose because you're looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture looks pretty bright for the Indianapolis Colts. In terms of biggest losers, the Bengals, to get steamrolled like they did by the division rival Browns. Not good. The Chicago Bears, coming off of an offseason where they had the number 1 overall pick, where they had the most cap space in the league, and that's the effort they put forward. Offense, defense, special teams, it all sucked. It all sucked. That was really bad. This was supposed to be, hey, new era. Now it's time for a different result. And it just ended up being same old shit because, of course, it did. And then the Buffalo Bills, what more can you say? Like, Josh Allen looked bad. Their defense had moments where they didn't look great. Aaron Rodgers goes down 4 snaps into the season. You still find a way to lose in overtime? Yeah, they were pretty big losers on week 1. To close it all out for week 1, my 2-minute drill. There's lots of things I could talk about. I could talk about how stupid the Jets look now for making that trade for Aaron Rodgers for him to play 4 snaps in 2023. And who knows what a 40-year-old guy is going to look like next year coming off of a torn Achilles. What I'll say is this, is beware the week 1 overreaction. A good example of that, last season, the Bears won week 1 against the 49ers. People forget that. The Bears ended up with the number 1 overall pick. Didn't that happen a couple of years ago with the Jags, too? Like, they won week 1 and then they lost every single game the rest of the year. It's a thing of 1 week does not a season make. 1 week is not an indication of how everything is going to go. Some teams come out and connect and play really well right away, and then reality catches up with them. Other teams take a while to get into the flow. They're trying to fit different pieces together. They're trying to figure out what they're doing, and it takes time. So fans of all 32 teams right now, all 32 teams, do have to guard against overreacting too much. Because, as we know, a lot of things are going to go down in the next 4 months, right? Who knows who else is going to get injured? Who else is going to get hot? Blah, 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 blah. So be careful, folks. Avoid too many too much of the overreaction stuff, your team starts looking bad in another week or two, then it's time to start hitting the panic button.